Windsor Community Church exists to lead people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. That's our passion. In order to do that, there's sacrifice. There's financial sacrifice. There's the sacrifice of time. And the hardest one of all is the sacrifice of people. To send people out that we don't want to send out. But who are we to argue with the calling of our sovereign Lord? As a local church, we have a tough mission. But this mission is all about Jesus Christ and is powered by the Spirit of God to the glory of the Father. And brothers and sisters, a day like this is hard. And the way I've been thinking through it all week is it's actually a time of lament, but it's also a time to rejoice as we send out the Schuett family. Pastor Chris is going to give us a final charge as one of your pastors. We're going to see the Schuetts a lot. We're still part of the same family, Crossway Network family of churches. But Chris is going to charge us and remind us what we should be all about.
The only thing I could think of is actually something my really wise wife told me a long time ago that impressed me. It's a very simple phrase, but I remember it, and it's love is sacrifice. So that's what I want us to remember. That's what I want this church to remember. Love is sacrifice. 100% of the time, it's easier not to love. 100% of the time, it's easier not to spend time with each other because you can stay home, to spend money on each other, to go out for lunch, to go out for coffee, and all those people, all of you who have met over the last decade, all of the dinners, all the lunches, 100% of the time, it's easier not to do that and just stay home. But love is sacrifice. Over time, we determine the sacrifice is worth it because of nearness. And the closer we get to one another, the more time and energy we're willing to sacrifice with each other. We do more and more of that. All the people that came up here already, like we've spent so much time with each other, and the sacrifice of it just goes away because the nearness is so sweet, right? Sacrifice has disappeared when the relationship increases. There's just this nearness, and it doesn't even feel like a sacrifice anymore to spend time and energy. But sometimes in relationships, God asks us to sacrifice the very thing we've been sacrificing for, is nearness. And this is one of those times where God's asked us to sacrifice nearness for Him. A long time ago, we learned what love is sacrifice means. We have one who sacrificed the nearness of His Father to be with His people, to be with the people He loved. To condescend. He sacrificed the nearness of His Father to be near us. He spent 3 years with His friends, 3 years establishing relationship, sacrificing for them in His life, getting nearer and nearer, and then sacrificing for them in His death. To the point of this ultimate sacrifice when they would abandon Him, His friends abandoned Him, and His own Father abandoned Him on the cross. And I just... And he sacrificed that nearness to be alone so that you and I could be near to Him. Why would He do that? Why would He do that? This is one of my favorite verses. And if there's a one-string guitar, if there's anything I want you guys to remember, is that God wants to be near you. And this is the verse. This is why Christ sacrificed. 1 Peter 3:18, for Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, that He might, here's the reason, that He might bring us to God, to be near. That's it. He did it all that He might bring us near to the Father, near to Himself. And this was not just a rescuing love. You know, I grew up in the church and heard the gospel my whole life, and man, I just had so many like issues, as we all do, and process. And one of the things I thought is like, okay, if I just believe Jesus came and lived for me and died for my sin, and even though he doesn't like, even though I disappoint him all the time, even though he might not even like me, he has to love me because I did the formula. I prayed the prayer. Like I believe in Jesus, so he has to let me in. That's what I used to think. Not even that long ago. I used to think that he loved me, but it was just this rescuing love. And if one of you, I'm sure if all of you walked by a body of water and you saw someone drowning, a stranger, you would rescue them if you had the ability. That's a rescuing kind of love. But our Father has so much more of a love than that for us. He has a love for us that he doesn't just rescue strangers in the water. He rescues you and me, and by name, our sons, his sons and daughters. And it's not just a rescuing love that anyone would have. And he's not just unwilling, like, okay, well, you prayed the prayer, I guess I have to let you into my home, you know? No, it's like he runs to us with open arms, embracing us because he knows us by name. He's called us, and that's the nearness of love and the sacrifice that he wants. God wants to be with you, church. He wants to be with you. He doesn't have to let you in because he prayed a prayer. He pursues you and loves you as a son and daughter. That's why you're in. He knows you by name, and he wants you not in some wing in a mansion somewhere and, you know, an intercom system, and that's the only way you can talk to him. He's going to embrace you. I don't know how that's going to happen with millions of people. I think it's going to happen. You're going to be in your Father's arms someday. I just trust that's true. That's the kind of love. Yeah. WCC's sacrifice of sending. You all are sacrificing so much nearness in sending so many people you love to Greeley and Sheridan, so many people that you've built relationships with. You're sacrificing that nearness. Why would you do that? But you know what? You're left with pastors who sacrifice, who will lead the charge. And I just want you guys to know, you guys are left with amazing pastors. I mean, it's been such a privilege to serve alongside you, men. Yeah. It's been sweet. Love you guys. And church family, you're in good hands. At least for a few more months with Pat and Jason, but Dan and Jake and John, who's the other one? Yeah, sorry, John, I love you. You guys are left with these men of God who love God, and they're willing to send people out to sacrifice for the sake of the kingdom. And I just have to, I mean, just to speak of two, all like John and Pat and Dan, you guys have just been big brothers, spiritual fathers to me. Absolutely love you to death. My life, I would not be here without you guys. Especially, I mean, I just going through CTO with Pat and Jolene, Lori and I have just been like, wow. I think our marriage is so much stronger. Thank you so much. You're my spiritual father on earth. And Dan, my brother, like bringing us here, challenging us to be here a decade ago. This brother's sacrificing a lot. We've served together as friends, and wow, just so many memories. And I love you. So thank you, brother, for all that you've done. And Pat and John and the other pastors and everyone here, like, you formed me as a man last decade so that I can go. So thank you. Why would you do that? So that God can bring people near. This is it. So that God can bring people near. That's why you're sending us off. So that people can know this love of nearness. There's so many people out there that don't know the love of the Father. In Sheridan, in Windsor, in Greeley, as you know. And that's why you do this. That's why we're here. It's because people need to know that nearness love. Not just a rescuing love, but a pursuing kind of love. So here's my charge. WCC, please don't stop sacrificing. This pain is good. This means that the kingdom is growing. So please don't stop sacrificing. Love well. Love like it's your last day with someone, and simultaneously you're going to be with them for 15 years. I was thinking about this. Like, I was with you for all a decade. Love people around you as if it's their last day with you, and as if you're going to be with them the next 10 years, and you're going to have all these memories with them. I don't know how to do that, but that's what it just was impressed upon me. I don't even know if it makes sense, but I was tired when I wrote it. So there you go. Love people as if it's the last day and you're going to spend another decade with them. Just invest and don't be afraid to sacrifice. Love like you're going to send people out on mission at any moment, and assuming you'll be with them another decade at the same time. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for all your investment in our lives. Thank you for your friendship. We love you. I don't have time to call everyone out by name. There's so many stories, but just so much. Thank you for your friendship. We love you. And we're only 5 hours away. So here's this open invitation. I didn't talk to Lori. Any of you, if you're in Sheridan, and please make your way, not just passing through, but make it a destination for yourself to go, and you have a place to stay. God's blessed us with a bigger house with room, and we'd love to have you stay, and please take us up on it. And we'll be back as much as possible. We're in the same network. We're sister churches. We're the baby church of this church, and we want to come back and report what God's doing if you guys will let us. And I think they'll let us. So we want to come back, and it's 5 hours away, and our daughter is staying here, so there's a huge gravitational pull to be back here a lot. So as much as possible, we want to be connected with you guys. Obviously, we know things are changing, but we want to be back. So thank you guys. We love you.
I was thinking earlier, I think it was when Heidi was talking about our first day here. And I remember that. And I remember sitting at Res in their auditorium when y'all were meeting there right after the tornado. And we came, and I remember going home one day after the service and saying to Chris, because Dan had asked, would you guys consider coming? And so that was really hard because we were at Mountain View, and I was really happy, really getting plugged in at Mountain View. And I was like, okay, we can try this. So we came, and I remember going home. I don't even know what the service was about, but I remember saying to Chris, it was the weirdest thing. I just wanted to link arms with these people and be with them and go with them in whatever it is they were moving. I can't remember what the case was, but what you were moving forward to do. And so that was kind of a pivotal day. Chris agreed. That was a pivotal day. And eventually, we were here and so forth. And one of the things that God taught me at that time was it wasn't a letting go of Mountain View. It was adding the blessing of Windsor. And I don't even know how many years it's been. 12? I don't know. However many years later, here we are. And letting go of you is the same difficult thing. But there's a blessing coming. We're going to add the blessing of Sheridan Bible Church. And I'm so grateful to him for bringing that to us, and for you guys for making that work. And I think, Brandon, you said, I have no idea where you are, the thought of having the time to someday be reunited and not have to go, we gotta go, but just to find maybe a beach and have a campfire and sit around for a long, long time. And Noelle, I might like running 10Ks by then, who knows? It was all of you. It was a small miracle that even happened. But anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to. That is what I'm holding on to. Chris gave you a charge. I'm just going to encourage you. You guys have loved us well, and I know you're going to continue to love well. I just want to thank you for loving us well. And know that we love you so much. So grateful for your friendship. All the conversations and activities. There's so many. I was thinking over the last couple days, just all the things, all the different people over all the years and all the situations, and it's been a rich time. So thank you so much. We love you to pieces, and Chris said a couple times to people, if you don't come, we're going to be mad. So just remember that, because we really would love to see you. It's a nice place, and yes, please come and say hi. We love you.
So thankful to God's provision for the Nation family coming. And just a little bit of brief time I got to know Chase. I think I could lock arms with you and serve with you anywhere, but God doesn't have that for us. But I'm just so thankful that God's brought his family, him and Jen and his kids, here to bless this church and to just continue on to serve. And so His is the family I'm talking about. Love them well, welcome them well, and as I know you will, as you always do, because this church family is a loving church. So basically, I charge you to do what you just already do. So love them well, and God's going to serve you well through them, and you're going to serve them as well. So God bless you all, and thank you.